I know it may be insane, but you do not have to be a millionaire to live a millionaire lifestyle. And all you really need is $10,000 per month, and you can live like a king. You can travel wherever you want, and you can really live the life of a millionaire. The few like aspects that you think of when you think, okay, what does a millionaire do? How do they live? You can literally do that for 10K per month, but there's a few specific things that you need to set up, which I'll break down in this video. And if you don't know me, my name is Tanner Johanson. I have been living this lifestyle for about a year now, and it's allowed me to live a very unique life. But when you think about like what millionaires do, they travel freely whenever they want. They go to high-end restaurants regularly in their city. They go to the best restaurants. They go to the best social events. They live in a luxury house. They live in a luxury apartment, not house. They live in like a penthouse, just like a nice house where it's nicer than most people's. And then they also have freedom to decide when they want to work, where they want to work, how they want to do it. So when you think of a millionaire, these are like the four things that they have that 99% of people don't have. So it's not really the money per se that you're after. The money will get you these things, but you're more after like the freedom and the life that this allows you to achieve. Living wherever you want, traveling wherever you want, living in whatever country, going to nice restaurants all the time, eating super good food, having a nice apartment, a nice car, and having the freedom to decide when you want to work. Those are the things that everyone's striving for when they want to become a millionaire, as well as maybe having this chick right here in Dubai with the G-Wagon. That's another pro. But in your 9 to 5, this will never allow you to travel freely. And this was me literally a year ago, kind of cut off my head here. But in literally 1 year, or actually like before, I was in the same shoes as you, obviously, as you can see here, 1 year ago. And I knew there was more to life. I wanted to live like this millionaire lifestyle. But my thought of doing it was like saving for 10 years, investing into real estate, investing into the stock market, and maybe eventually when I'm like 35 to 40, being able to live the millionaire lifestyle once my investments have like paid off. But I realized there was much more to life just seeing young kids like live this lifestyle on the internet. And so I figured it out as well. And I've been doing remote sales, and I'll break down exactly how you can get into it. And just on my whole channel, I break it down. So make sure you subscribe because I drop the sauce. But essentially in my 9 to 5, I realized that I never could travel when I wanted. I had to like request time off, which literally sucks. Like having to request to like live your life and like have a new experience. And if the manager is having a bad day that day or they're busy, then you just can't live the life that you want. All right. And you probably, when you're working a 9 to 5 like this, making 3-4K a month, especially if you live in like the US or the UK or Canada, you definitely can't go to nice restaurants all the time because, you know, that's just not enough. You're going to be spending like your entire income on nice restaurants, never mind like rent, your car, other bills, everything like that. And you definitely can't afford a nice apartment. You definitely cannot afford a nice house. And you have to work when they tell you, so you don't have the freedom to design your schedule. And you're pretty much just taking shit from somebody above you and just like surviving. You're literally just surviving. That's your life. And so it's pretty shitty. And I'm sure you're stressed about that. You're burnt out. You realize there's more to life. And the one thing you can do to like improve your life drastically and start living like the millionaire lifestyle I'm talking about is by having an online income. All right. And specifically, I'll show you how to do it with remote sales because that's how I went from the cook job working at Hooters to making over $20,000 per month right now from my laptop in Thailand with these views with remote sales. All right. And the beautiful thing about online income, this kind of like ticks off all the boxes from the millionaire lifestyle that you think of because you're not tied down to one place. You can literally travel wherever you want. You can make $10,000 to $30,000 a month once you actually get good, which doesn't take that much time. Obviously, I've done it in less than a year. So you can travel wherever you want. You can live in cheaper countries like Thailand, countries in South America, and just most countries are cheaper than the US, cheaper than Canada, cheaper than the UK. Even just like dope countries in Europe, Spain, Italy, Greece. You can live in all these countries and live like a king for $10,000 a month. You can go to nice restaurants like I was saying. But in the US, you would not be able to like go to super nice restaurants all the time. You wouldn't be able to live like a king on $10,000 per month. But that income is just amplified in these countries. All right, and I'm living in Thailand right now. I've been to South America. I've been to Europe. Thailand is definitely my favorite, though. These are the islands out here. Right now, I'm kind of like fully stationed in Bangkok. But yeah, you can live like an absolute king, and you can get a luxury penthouse or a luxury apartment for $1,000 to like $3,000 per month. And like I'm talking like proper luxury, like this, like a villa, a penthouse in Bangkok, and with $10,000 per month. While you can still save money and still do whatever you want. You can eat wherever you want. You can go to clubs every single night. You can do whatever you want. You can go on yachts. $10,000 a month is plenty. Like if you lived on this island right here, this is the island of Koh Samui, you can literally live like such a king, like top 1% of this island, like top 1% income on $5,000 a month, and pretty much do whatever you want. And no one can really tell you anything, and you're like a king there. And you've like conquered the entire island. So it's pretty crazy. And when you think about a millionaire lifestyle, that's really all it is like having the freedom to go wherever you want. Decide tomorrow, okay, I want to go to the islands. You can fly there and go to the beach. You can work when you want. You can just have full freedom, and you can live like the luxurious lifestyle as well. So that's really all you need. And you don't need to make $1 million a year. This is all you need. And of course, once you learn sales, then you can absolutely build a business and make a lot more. But if you're like in your 20s, like me, and you're in your 9 to 5 right now, it sucks. This life is so much better. You just have to take the small risk and actually like jump into it, learn this skill, and start taking action. But I built this chart. This is how you can actually scale to your income goal with remote sales. And remote sales, if you guys aren't familiar, is basically when you're just a sales rep for online companies, online businesses, and specifically in the online education industry. All right, so there's tons of programs, high-ticket programs out there that coaches, consultants, influencers, as well as just like companies are selling. And what you're going to do is you're just going to be a salesman, a saleswoman, if you are a woman, for these companies, and you get a 10% commission on what you sell to their leads that already want to buy. So they're warm leads, they already want to buy. It's not like door to door where you're trying to convince people that don't even know who you are. So it makes it a lot easier. And if you take 4 calls per day and you close 25% of those, which means 25% buy, which is honestly on the low end, which is like bare minimum, that's 1 close per day. And usually it's about a $5,000 to $10,000 package, and you get 10% of that. If you just do this every day for 22 days out of the month, which still means you get weekends off, still means you can enjoy your life, still means even when you take 4 calls a day, that's like 4 to 5 hours of work, then that's still $11,000 per month that you would make. And I've literally done this for myself. This isn't like a theory. This isn't like a dream. Like I'm doing way more than this at this point. And these are like very realistic numbers. So that's basically how the math works. And if you want to get into remote sales, which I'm sure you do after listening to those numbers, the first thing you need to do is just like learn basic sales skills if you have no experience. So you could invest into training. I invested into a sales mentor a year ago. He taught me everything I know. You can read books. You can listen to podcasts. You can watch sales movies. You can watch Wolf of Wall Street. No, I'm just kidding. That probably won't help you too much. But yeah, you just need to start learning sales in whatever aspect you can. And you don't need sales experience to get into online sales, but you do need to kind of understand what sales is, how to sell, and just like the philosophy behind it. And then the second thing you should do is land an online sales job. And this doesn't take long. It took one of my students, Kevin, literally 2 days to land a job, and now he's making over $10,000 a month. Some of my students take a bit longer. It really depends on like how much work you can put in, how much time. But it's very, very simple, and there's a few different ways you can use. You can use LinkedIn as well as my YouTube outreach. And if you guys are curious about how to actually use those more in depth, I can actually train you and I can help you with that. If you just click the link below, if you're curious about that, then you can kind of see how that works. So link below, click on that. It'll walk you through there. And yeah, I mean, my students have been absolutely crushing it. So you can absolutely change your life with this. And then, yeah, third thing you need to do is just take 4 to 6 calls per day. And that's literally it. Here's a picture of me taking calls. You just talk to the prospect. You help them have more confidence in your company. You answer their questions. You collect the money. And it's a very valuable skill. And that's why you can live this sort of lifestyle, travel the world. Or if you just want to sit at your home in your home country and just make a lot of money, you can do that too. So hopefully this helps, guys. You absolutely can live a millionaire lifestyle on nothing, or not nothing, $10,000 a month. It's still pretty good, but it's not that much money. You can still live a fantastic life, and you can live your life before it is over, since we only have one. See you guys. Subscribe.